Hello, this is No-Khe, and welcome to another next-gen building time. It's been a long time. I am, of course, joined by the fabulous... Well, who are you, stranger?
He's forgotten my name, it's been so long. I am Goober. Hello. Hello? You're gone. You're not doing this again. That was the last videos we did on my channel where you went silent on me.
Stranger.
I'm sorry, I promised wood. Wood is the best tool. What's happened? After that video, I never know. Oh no, he's gone. Wait, were you actually quiet or?
No, my Discord crashed. Well, my Wi-Fi went, but yeah, my Discord crashed essentially.
You disappeared off of the world as well, and I thought it was like the last stream. I was like saying, "Oh no, wood's better. Wood's still the best tool." I'm sorry.
I'm gonna splice that together. Actually, I'm gonna leave this in.
I mean, I recorded
technical
it still,
errors.
so.
Technical errors, yay! As you can notice, my Minecraft is playing up a little bit. But we'll put up with it. We'll put up with it because we are adventurers and we push through. We strive to survive. So a quick recap of the series. This is our building time where we build in time. Get it? Wasn't our idea, so you best get it. And yeah, so we get a theme each week, and we get 20 minutes, soon to be 15 minutes if we stay consistent, which this is coming out exactly a year after our first one, so consistency, baby!
Was that genuinely a year ago?
Yeah, genuinely.
Genuinely a year ago.
Yeah, it's scary.
That's horrifying. Oh, nice. Still haven't changed.
It was the fairy. It was the fairy built around the tail, not the tail built onto the fairy.
Well, that's what you can tell because I put the tail in the center, and then I was like, oh damn, I need to actually build a fairy. Okay, and squeezed it in there.
Whoops.
You're not just.
I don't know if you saw
that. Okay. Right.
Yeah, so it's currently 1-0 to me. We don't talk about this. Anyway, just in case I forget to remain consistent, this might be the Christmas special for this year, so just keep an eye out for that.
If that's ever been motivation for me to try and get you to do some videos, then that's it, because I don't want to see these again. Right, are we getting into it?
Yeah, so let's find out this day's topic. So
right.
3, 2, 1, reveal! Oh. Okay, something went wrong.
Okay!
There we go! Ooh, waterfall.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Okay, I think I already have a twist in my head on how I'm gonna do it. Like
what?
I think I have a twist on how I'm gonna do it stupid. In the same way as the fairy tale. But yeah, I think we'll see. I'm gonna go too ambitious again, I know it, and then I'm just gonna end up to build a fairy probably. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So are we just gonna get into it?
Yeah. So we'll give it 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
And we'll
our timers.
You know what? I'm feeling generous. It's the return. Give yourself 20 minutes and 5 seconds.
Oh well, now. Come on. That's just
how generous.
That's gonna make all the difference, you know. I'm gonna be able.
Isn't it?
I'm gonna be able to build that fairy here now. That's perfect. But yeah.
All right.
We've got to mute each other now.
Oh, actually, we might want 20 minutes and 30 seconds. You know what? We'll have this. We'll have what I call drafting time, so that I can mute myself without crashing, and just in case it kicks me out the world. And also that gives you 30 seconds also to come up with an idea and introduce it. So 20 minutes and 30 seconds starts now.
So I do have an idea for this. I need to get started on it right away. Otherwise, I'm going to end up kind of like the last build, which I really hope he doesn't end up posting. I really hope so. I mean, you're going to see it a lot anyway in this building time because they're all on my side of the build. But it's fine. It's fine. We will sort it. So, Waterfall. Now, I could do this in a really like traditional way of doing it with the, you know, just doing a. Oh, see, you can tell I don't know what I'm talking about. Doing it like really rural, like building a load of trees and rocks and stuff, and not really minding where I place stuff, because it doesn't really. Because like if it's natural, then I can be a little bit loose with where I place things. But I don't want to do that. I want to do something a little bit different. So my idea is, what I instantly thought of was like free falling. So, you know, when people go up in when they go, or like skydiving, I guess. When people go up in a plane and they go up and they do like they do their skydiving, they jump out of the plane and then they, you know, probably most of the time people do it to raise money and stuff. But anyway, I thought I'll do my twist on, I'm going to build a little plane and I'm just going to have water falling out of it. Because it's going to be the water doing a skydive. This is a very stupid idea. Especially since I'm slowly realizing as I'm doing this that building a plane in Minecraft is actually quite difficult. But I'm not going to overcomplicate it. That was kind of my problem with the last time we did this. I tried doing all of the details before I had even really got a proper idea in mind. I'm glad that I very quickly thought of a twist on this. I don't want to always do twists. Like, sometimes I will actually take it seriously, but then again, the last one I tried to take seriously and that went like, well, that. So we're gonna just try and get a wriggle on here. I'm probably just gonna build the most basic looking plane imaginable, but make sure that it does at least look a bit like a plane. And then if I have the luxury of the time afterwards, I will do that. I will then add some more detail. So yeah, I don't think I've ever built a plane in Minecraft. I'm pretty sure this will be the first time I've ever built a plane, so baby's first plane build. Yeah, so luckily, because planes are, you know, they don't tend to have too many colours on them, I can mainly just build out of this. But like I say, if I need to add more detail, now I'm getting flashbacks to me having to try and be symmetrical on the fairy build with my tail, and that's where I slow down so much. But yeah, we're just going to do that. I wonder what No-Khe's going to do. I have a feeling, considering what No-Khe did with the fairy tale one, and he made it all look really natural and really like full. I think he's going to do something like that, which I do really like. I think that's really cool. He makes a good use of his space, as you can see from his Christmas time one as well.
I've actually already got an idea for this, which I think is going to be funny. So I want to make a table, and basically the water's going to be falling off. It's going to be a glass water that's falling off the table into like a puddle kind of thing. But I want to disguise it so it doesn't look like that from the offset. So I'm actually going to make like a 2D kind of waterfall in front of it, which hopefully should look fun. So I'm going to use this half, and I'm basically just going to build up. Not up as in like the house with balloons, but yeah, I'm going to build up. Yeah, this waterfall's going to need some waterfalling. So yeah, we're doing something like this. I do want to like not like run out of time, so I definitely want to leave myself enough time for the table plus waterfall joke. I want to build it quite big, so it's probably going to take me a fair little while to do that. And so, yet again, yeah, don't want to leave it with too much time, without, like, too little time remaining. So, but I also can't breach the height of the wall. So we're just going to build up like so, and we're just going to build vertically like so. Yeah, it's been a long time, guys. I'm pretty excited to be back. Been a while, been a hot minute. How have you guys been? I've been pretty good, doing absolutely nothing, just procrastinating on making more videos. But now I'm back, and you guys get to listen to me ramble on to myself in 2 times speed to myself. Yay. Isn't that a joy? No, I'm actually so excited for this, because this is genuinely one of the series I love the most growing up as a kid. I'd watch all the episodes weekly, and it'd be super fun, and I want to make sure I don't go around the side so I don't see goobers. But yeah, super fun. There isn't much to go on, but I would like to quickly say a shout out to our good friend Hooded for choosing today's topic, off the waterfall. Super fun idea, I'm gonna get super creative with it by building, well, not really building a waterfall, but I think it will be really funny, and I think that's what counts, because I always like a bit of humor, because, you know, if you don't laugh, you'll cry, and the world has enough tears, the world has enough bad accidents and serious happenings, so I'm gonna get happy with it, and we're gonna hopefully not be spending too much time still building this out, because this is starting to get rather tedious.
Which I honestly don't think is actually that bad. I think it's actually pretty good. So yeah, we've got the bit of the tail, and then I've got to build a door, I guess. So we'll just have a little gap there. Maybe I should just put like a little bit of glass blocks there. I'm still really bad at using the menus. Oh, glass is right there. I don't even need to type it in. I'm still really bad at using the menus. But again, we're just going to do this very simple like that. The planes have top. It's been a while since I've been on a plane, I'm realizing. No, they don't. They don't have anything like that. I'm just going to build... maybe I should actually just put the water in, just to make sure I don't forget that, at least. So we're going to put the water in there. I'm only worried that this, like, kind of like what I said before, No-Khe's really good at filling out the space, and because of that, his builds almost... I say almost look better. They always look better. He has got 1-0 on me. I can't be salty about that. The water does look really nice, actually, in this texture thing. So yeah, we've got the water come down. Maybe I should build like some sort of landing area down there. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna build some. Actually, you know what? Landing area is more important. I'm not gonna worry about building wheels on the plane, because realistically, they're not that important to the overall build. Whereas making a bit more use of my area might benefit me a lot more. So we're gonna do that. God, I always have to fight with the wildlife in my areas, I swear. So we're gonna do that. I think that was roughly the shape. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, if it's not completely symmetrical, I'm not gonna lose any sleep about it. This should be completely fine. Yeah. This is gonna be a struggle. I don't even 100% know what. I think I might just make it like, they don't normally have big landing areas in fairness, do they? They normally just land on whatever. Yeah, I'm still just gonna make at least a bit of a color area. I don't know whether to make it look like a helipad like that. I know that wouldn't really work anyway, because they don't land on helipads, but just adding anything with a little bit of detail to it might help my chances, because at the moment this is a very simple build. I might just build... like some big. I'm red. I'm keep thinking about the color red right now, just because I think it might stand out. Maybe I do build like a helipad area. No. I don't think helipad. This is just indecisive. So bad. I'm so bad at making a decision about this. So we're just gonna keep getting rid of that. These last pieces. So yeah, doing a skydive. I'm trying to think of other things that might be needed as well. So if you're doing a skydive, you normally have all the equipment, but if I'm just doing water, then it's not like I can particularly put anything in it. I could always have that stuff down. No, I'm forgetting what the point of this is. It is a waterfall.
Yeah, I think it's a super cool idea, suggested by our friend Hooded Python, and thank you very much for the suggestion. It is always a fun time to build what a friend suggests. And we're gonna get super nice with it when we just dot these about, giving it a nice little shape. But obviously this is like a different part of it, and the gag is what I want to be the main part, so I'm not going to spend a crazy amount of time really on this side. But it's still nice to, have whatever you make look nice. So I should go tend to that before I get disqualified. How do you get disqualified from your own series? No-Khe, you ask? I don't particularly know, but go ask someone else. I haven't got the answers. If I had the answers, I wouldn't be here. Just kidding. I love being here. Here is great because here is now, and being now is great. And oh my god, I've forgotten how to build. Do I just do this and it should block it all? Oh, please stop flowing. Please stop. I don't know how to block this all up. Sucks. Oh, this sucks. How do I stop this from doing... Can you stop breaching the wall, please? I am going to disqualify myself. Please stop. Thank God. That's something or the other has done something there, and it's done something cool. So, yeah, we'll kind of... Oh, we can't let that happen. But yeah, that's a cool waterfall. It's technically a waterfall that waterfalls. So, for now, let's move on quickly to my second. Quick check on the time. We've got about 14 minutes left.
Attempt. That was the name of the series. So yeah, we've only just started to do another series called Attempt, where, in fairness, I don't think we've actually built anything in it yet as of recording this. So again, I'm not particularly fresh on the whole building front right now. So yeah, we're just gonna, do I keep going to that? We need white now, which I could just use this, I suppose. So where am I gonna build this? We're gonna do it here. Oh, no, not there. We're gonna do it here. I do like to try and incorporate, other like mobs and stuff, like usually villagers or something like that is kind of my go-to, but I don't really think there's much of a way to do it in this. Yeah, because I think this, it depends. I'll sit back and look at this in a minute and see what I think needed. I do have a bit more time than what I was expecting to need at the moment, so if I just sort of build this, see, I'm more happy with this than the other one, even though it's probably not even that much better of an overall build. In fact, it could be actively worse. Yeah, I do need to build. I do need to add a little bit more detail to this, I think. I just like the idea of it more. I like the idea of adding a bit of a twist to it, I think. So yeah, I might add these gates, actually, or fences, sorry. Yeah, I might add these because these would be a good way to kind of illustrate the landing gear or whatever. No, that's not symmetrical at all. We're going to do that, and then just a good old fashioned block, I think, because I can't be thinking too much about this. That kind of looks like tread. Maybe it doesn't. I'll note this. That tells you how much I know about Minecraft still. So I know coal's normally actually quite a good one to do, but I'm just going to put some of the concrete there. So we're going to add that, and then I might put a little bit of landing gear at the back. I didn't do it I didn't make it so that I could do it symmetrical. That's fine. I'll just sort of add it like that, so it looks like there's thicker wheels at the back for whatever reason. So yeah, I've got that there, I've got that there. I've got a bit of waterfall coming out of here. I might just sort of block in this area, if anything, just because I don't want to have to build stuff on the inside there too much. But then again, I've got a bit of time on my hands right now. Oh, that's what fell down from the floor. Get rid of that. What else?
Hello, Mr. Sheepington. I'd prefer if you weren't here, but it's a pleasure to have you. We're an inclusive channel here. We respect and love everyone, no matter if they do not like safety permits, and love getting in the way of important builds. Because of course we can't let Goober win. That is something we absolutely cannot, must not do. Never do. You know, my grandpappy always used to say, No-Khe, whatever you do, don't let Goober win. Right near the end of it. And you know what? Words to live by. Words to live by. He once beat me at something, and he hasn't shut up about it. Probably. But yeah, I don't know why I wanted to go with this funny little twist, but whenever when I said waterfall out loud, I thought of water falling rather than like a literal waterfall. And so I think it would definitely be fun to do something like this. Something a little bit out there, you know. Maybe a little silly, a little goofy. We're gonna get a little goofy with it. But yeah, super fun. Super unique. And this is what you get when you come to the building school of No-Khe. You get A-class building tips. It'll only cost you an arm and a leg per semester. Like, well, I'm not gonna get into it. I hope my endless rattling and prattling about does actually entertain some of you, because it would be rather depressing if it didn't. I'm not expecting you to find it funny, but I'm hoping, if not funny, it might be at least a little bit interesting, at least a little bit invigorating for the brain, stimulating, you know. So what do we think Goober's doing? What do we think Goober's doing? I reckon he's probably faffing about right now, because that's all he does. Mahahaha. All I'm getting is silence in return. Come on, guys, give me a leg, give me an arm. But yeah, I reckon Goober is doing, well, he's definitely doing something. I can tell you that much. I'll tell you that much for free. My great nanny used to said, she said, I can tell you that much for free. If you know what Goobers are like, they'll always be doing something. The crafty buggers. I don't know. I really don't know. He said he was going to get a little bit silly with it. I'm hoping he hasn't had the exact same idea. It wouldn't be the first time we've had the exact same idea. But like, I'm hoping for content reasons that he didn't, because I have no idea how boring it's going to be to edit it if we both are making the exact same jokes about, oh, he's never doing this, and we're doing the exact same thing. It would be kind of funny, though, to be honest. I think I'd find it kind of funny. You see, I say that until it actually happens, and then I won't find it funny. I'll just be upset. But until that happens, you know, we're in the home stretch. We're all clear.
Clouds probably aren't the easiest thing to make in Minecraft, but That's fine. We can work with it. I don't know when I'm actually going out on my border. I don't think I'm too far out if I am, and I'm sure No-Khe might forgive me. Might being the operative word there. So actually, you know what? Clouds aren't that hard to build. In fairness, I have got a lot to reference up there. They're not actually that bad to build. Well, I say that, and then it looks like that. Now let's just add a little bit there. Just whatever makes it look a bit more full. Add a little bit of underside there just to make it look a bit more 3D. Maybe I can build a little bit higher, so if I use this as sort of a bit of scaffolding to start building from, I'm going to build it a little bit closer to the plane this time. So I go a bit more that way. I'm starting to think maybe I should have done it in the more traditional way. I think this is cool, but maybe the traditional way again. I do just like the way he uses his whole space to his advantage. I tend to go quite high with mine, which I guess being a waterfall would make sense in this case. But this, yeah, I think this is starting to come together. I'm more happy with the same with most of my builds. I'm more happy with the actual idea behind it rather than the execution. But again, it's meant to be fun. We're only getting back into the groove again. I've got roughly 3 minutes, so I'm just gonna keep adding a bit more. I know as soon as we finish, as soon as the timer goes, I'm gonna think of all these extra things that skydivers can have. I've never done it. I've never done anything even remotely like it. To be honest, I don't really want to. Heights aren't something I'm overly fond of, so that's fine. But I think that waterfalls I do actually really like. I think they are very pretty, except I've decided to build mine falling out of a plane. So yeah, let's do a little bit of this. We're adding a little bit extra there. Maybe this will just be a little bit of a smaller cloud, a very weird shaped cloud, and then I might just build one maybe off to the side a little bit, but quite a bit higher.
I want a carpet as well. Don't we all need a bit of carpet in our life? That's one thing my great-grand... Okay, I'm gonna stop with those jokes now. Oh, that's actually really nice. I really like that. Actually, I don't want to do glass because obviously we're building a glass out of glass here. So a cup would look roughly like this. Yay, it's worked. Joyous day. I think it's going to be too much time to do both of those in replacement, so we'll use carpet. So if we do like so, I guess we're doing squares of 4. That doesn't even make mathematical sense, really, but I guess that's what we're doing, so that's what we're doing. I guess we were gonna go with black there. So that's where that would end, and then we do this, then we do this. We've got just over 4 minutes left, so I'm not particularly worried. There are still some things like details I think it would be fun to add, but I'm pretty confident that, you know, for 20 minutes we've done alright. We've built pretty much what I'd like to build, so that's pretty neat. I mean, I'd like to get this carpet done, ideally, but I think if it gets to a minute and it's still looking like there's still loads of carpet to place, I'm just gonna leave it and go with adding some detail to the rest of my build. I'd say it's going pretty fine so far. What about you guys? I don't know. We'll let the audience speak, I guess. Well, the audience quite literally will speak. That's how the voting works. But, yeah. I mean, I always enjoy these. They're always fun to record and film, regardless of the result. I mean, I'd like my building to get better, but I think I'm going to need to start looking into learning some more advanced patterns. Sorry, Mr. Chicken. Am I going to get, like, PETA file against me for that? Or does that not count when it's a video game? Are they, like, just chill with it if it's, like, on Minecraft Chicken? Or the things that 20 minutes alone in the human mind will make you say to yourself, man. You would not believe your eyes. I don't want to get copyright, so I'm gonna change the words to this song.
Coming up on just under a minute now. So my plane's very stripy now. Maybe I add a little bit to the underside as well. I don't think that's a bad plane, in fairness. It's a very small, but sort of perfectly formed. Perfectly formed. Definitely not perfectly formed, but it gets the point across. It gets the point across, and that's all that really matters. Yeah, if anything, that strikes might actually detract it a little bit, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more here just to found that a little bit. And yeah, that is timer just gone now.
Quickly get the rest of this carpet in. Then I really hope this is carpet and not like snow, because that would be bad. It would just melt. Could you imagine a kitchen floor made out of like snow? I do realise, Wolf, Sheepy, I am just placing your brethren in front of you, but they did it for a good cause, and it's like creative, so like get over it.
How do you feel about yours?
I feel the idea was good. The execution was, it wasn't what I'd hoped at the start, but I think for the time constraint and for the idea, I think I wouldn't say I did it justice, but I did it just as much as I could.
Fair. I think I feel the same about mine, so that's okay.
It's less I did the build justice and more I did the build just-ish. You know?
Just about build something. So yeah, you want to burn the wall? You got your flint and steel?
Yeah.
Then
I
3,
have
2,
indeed.
1. Let's go.
Burn,
Whoa,
baby,
I forget
burn,
how quick this goes.
Burn, baby, burn,
Whoa, okay,
burn,
okay, yeah.
burn, baby,
From what I've seen
burn,
already, you have
burn,
filled out your
burn,
space.
burn, baby, burn.
Whoa, hello.
Oh my god, wait that's such a good
this?
idea.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a fortress from where I was standing, and then I go around the back. And then... Oh no, I'm not laughing at it. It's still cool. It's still cool, but it's just funny because I was looking this side, and I was like, "Whoa, he's built a whole ass mountain." And then I turned around, and I was like, "Oh, hello." It's just so jarring. Okay, that's fine. I like it.
So it is very clear to me on first inspection that we both
yes,
yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. I prefer the builds where we do that sort of thing.
Well, we've got
that's true.
One done.
That's true.
This is the second build.
but yeah. So who do you want to go first? Do you want to talk through you?
I think we started with yours first last time.
Yep.
So let's go with mine. So obviously we should probably do it from your side, ironically. At first I thought it would be funny. I immediately had an idea. Because when we read it here, I said to ourselves out loud, oh, you can swim in it, that's cool. I said to myself out loud, waterfall. And instead of thinking of like a waterfall like this, I thought about waterfall.
Yes.
I thought, what if I dropped water, you know? And so I thought, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll build like a fake waterfall that's massive and covers the front. So when he burns the wall, he thinks, oh, he built a like waterfall. I guess. And so I built this. Admittedly, this part on the right was kind of improvised because water kept spilling over the edge and I don't want to get disqualified. So, but I call that a creative decision. We worked with what happened, and you know, it really enhances the build because not all mountains are 2D and flat. But then, moving on to the main part, this is what I thought. I thought, what if I dropped a glass of water off a table? It's water falling,
I mean, in fairness,
you know?
You did have the desired effect of having me think it was this, and then I come around the corner and see this. So I quite like that. That is very cool. I like how you've used the scaffolding as like part of the table and everything. That is actually very cool. What's the scaffolding, like the extra stuff on the top?
So it was meant to just be a pattern, but I didn't have time to go and like break all of these scaffolds that went on the top. So because I literally left myself 30 seconds to fill this out. So I was working with not enough time, and they kept stacking rather than going next to each other. But then I thought, oh wait, it could be cool if it was like a board game or something. So I'm imagining it's a board game. It's why I built this whole section a bit down. Just like I wanted it to be like a coffee
I get that.
table
That has that effect. I totally get that. I like your water. I like the water falling down there, and I like that you've done a little mat down there as well, and I like that you've dropped a pig down there as well. That's very cool. I always drop my pigs under my table as well, so that's fine.
That's you wouldn't believe this. You wouldn't believe this, Goober. That's a freeloader. He's just snuck on.
Do you have a permit here? And so yeah, no, that's really cool. Okay.
Shall we go check yours out?
Unsurprisingly, we kind of had a similar like thought pattern for something. So when you said waterfall, I also thought of water just falling, not so much an actual waterfall. And with that, I sort of ran with it and thought, what else falls? Oh, like skydiving. So I've got water skydiving out of a plane. So I built the plane. I was actually quite happy with the plane, in fairness. I'm quite happy with the plane. Yeah. The floor, I kind of got to the floor and I was like, I don't know what to do because
I have noticed it is a plane.
That is true. That is true, and that was of great. That was great discussion by myself earlier as to what do I actually put on the floor, because skydivers don't really land on anything. They just sort of land in a field or whatever. But I feel like I need to use this space. Yeah. Otherwise, it looks a bit strange. So I was like, okay, the only thing that is literally coming to my mind right now is a helipad. And I know that has absolutely nothing to do with either of what I've built. But I was like, I'll be honest. I was struggling to think of stuff to do. And so I was like, I wanted to fill the time as much as I could. And so I was like, okay, I'll do that. That looks like at least something to do with it in some capacity. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's like, actually, I'm thinking of this now. Maybe it's like it's not just regular skydiving or whatever. It's like an air ambulance type thing, and it's like they're just rushing down and they've like landed on even though it's not a helicopter, they've just landed down onto a hospital's helipad carrier, and they're right, we've got to run to hospital. Except it's just water. I'm
not gonna lie, I was thinking it was Dusty Crophopper from Planes, and it was Planes 2, Fire and Rescue. Oh my god! Because it's red and white, so I thought maybe it was Dusty Crophopper, Fire and Rescue.
That's such a good idea.
It was like
That's such a good idea. I could have filled the ground with burning buildings or burning trees and stuff. Oh, that's actually a good idea. Anyway, that's fine.
Maybe we need to build together.
That's fine. I'm more, to be honest, in terms of the idea, it's my favorite one I've done so far. In terms of the execution, I do like my fairy tale one maybe a little bit more, but at the same time, I just like the idea of water jumping out of an airplane. For some reason, it just sounds...
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I really like this one. I really like this one. I think the plane's also really
to be honest, that was the thing I was most worried about. And I built it first, and then I was like, okay, I'm actually not too worried about that now. And then I was like, what the hell do I do for the rest of it?
I can't lie. Knowing that you went with a silly idea, it makes me kind of glad I did actually build a waterfall. Because wait, actually, I can show you what the original waterfall was meant to look like. Come here a sec. The original waterfall was going to look like. I was originally gonna make this table the whole thing, and then I was just gonna build a waterfall in the corner like this.
Right.
One sec. Water. There we go. It was just gonna be like that in the corner. Oh, whoops.
He used carpet. He didn't put it down as proper wool. Hang on. Points deduction. I couldn't. Actually, no, I couldn't use wool because then it would have just done the same thing as what yours just did. So fair enough. No, I get. So wait, you were just gonna build like a little tiny waterfall in the corner, but then just a massive table. What?
Yeah, with the water falling off it. That was the original idea, but then I thought, hang on, if Goober does a silly idea, I should probably build an actual waterfall to mask it.
Okay, well, I like it. I like your build as well. I like that. I wasn't expecting you to do a silly idea. I will be honest. I was expecting you to do something like your fairy tale one, where like you actually did like a proper little grotto and everything. Like I was thinking this was going to be like a really like nature filled, like big waterfall or something. So when I first saw what you did, I was like, oh yeah, that's sort of what I was expecting. And then I come around and there's just a table with glass falling over. But no, that's cool. I like it. I like it when there's little twists like that.
No, I've got to say, I really saw your fairy tale one, and I was like, the thing is, I never want to do a funny idea just for the sake of being funny. I want to do a funny idea when it makes me laugh and when it comes to me. And I have to say, as soon as I read the word waterfall out loud, I went, "Oh my god!"
No,
I know
I'll be honest.
what I want to do.
Whatever idea comes first, I'll take, even if it's not funny. Even if it's me trying to be funny and it's not funny, I'll take it. Like this, for example. But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and let us know who you thought won. Is there a winner? I think there actually could be a winner.
I think there'll be a winner.
I think these are actually
there'll be a winner this
quality.
Week, we'll actually upload it. I think we'll share it to the world, unlike what happened there. But yeah, no, I'm proud of us.
I don't know what you mean. The fairy tale one was fine.
No, that was the last one we ever did. But yeah, no, I'm proud of us.
Hey, Goober, come to the second.
Yeah, that's
remember
true.
your contract. Remember?
No,
we don't talk about that. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. So we will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.